Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of In the Swamp with Ogre. Today we have Mike with 75 degrees air conditioning and plumbing. How are you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing great, man. Glad to be here.
Good, good. First of all, for full disclosure, 75 degrees and Mike just replaced the AC in our building. Awesome. It's nice and cool in here now. Thank you very much. So, how long have you guys been in business?
We've been in business now going on 13 years. Yeah, about 12, 13 years so far. Yeah, in the air conditioning business and about 3 years in plumbing.
Okay. Okay, and then I know you guys are family owned business. It's you, your brother. So how did you guys come up with getting into the HVAC or the air conditioning business?
My brother's the one that first got into it. My dad, who's from Mexico or was born in Mexico, did air conditioning when he was over there. When he came here to the U.S., he kind of got my brother into it. He's like, hey, it's a good industry to go into. You'll always have work in the summer. So he got my brother into it, got him through schooling, and then my brother went to go work for a few of the companies. And then he's like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this on my own. I can probably get my license and get my own clients and do this myself. And then that's when he started. And then when I was 16, he brought me on board and obviously didn't pay me, of course, no labor laws. and then I learned, just 16 to 18, I learned that I was in my own truck. It was just me and him, knocking out service calls on our own. And then things eventually went well for us. And here we are. I mean, now things are where we are just because hard work and a lot of dedication and a little bit of luck.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it. And yeah, the labor laws when you're especially being Latin and a family, there's no pay involved.
Exactly. No, exactly.
You just get
It's
stuck
like, don't
doing
worry,
that.
I'll buy you an hamburguesa later today, and that's it. You'll be good.
I give you lunch every day.
Yeah,
I give you money.
exactly.
So yeah, I get that. Really exciting. You guys bought a building right down the street from my building.
Yes, we did. Yeah, my brother found it. It was an animal hospital before. We're fixing it up now. I mean, we're doing a lot of upgrades to it. So far, we really like the space. We were a little bit hesitant coming in here because it was a smaller space than what we had before. But we made it work so far. So far, it's going great. We've been operating out of here for about 2 months, and yeah, I think things are rolling. Things are going great for us.
Yeah, I drive on my way in. I drive by it. I see you guys are doing all kinds of stuff.
Yep,
You
yep.
recently changed the front doors, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. That was actually yep. Like this weekend. Yeah, yep,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I noticed that. So what kind of service do you guys typically perform?
So we offer full service air conditioning, full service plumbing services. We do about 90% of our work is management commercial work and about 10% residential. So we do a lot of business to business work. We deal with a lot of property management here in Las Vegas, either single family property management or multifamily property management. And we do work for some of the facility maintenance companies, like the ones that handle the malls or handle some of the bigger commercial properties. That's kind of the work that we go in. We don't advertise at all, and it's been just in the past 12 years building those customer bases, building that trust with people, and then just people talking to each other, and that's how we got into the game. That's what we currently do.
And do you guys for because I know that your a small part of your business is residential, a
Right.
larger part is the commercial part of it. But on the residential side, do you guys do like the summer pre-checks and the winter for the heaters and that stuff as well?
Yeah. We offer tune-ups. We offer specials. We have a special right now for $49 for residential tune-ups. That includes, checking all your systems, topping it off the refrigerant if it needs it. We'll replace the filters if you have them for us there on property. But yeah, so we have specials that we throw out, but it's essentially just specials that we let people know because we'll do like the homes of regionals or directors, and that's them that we offer the special. We let them know about it. We really don't advertise that yet because we plan to tonight.
Right. Yeah, so you're still in the process of growing, which is what's really
Yeah,
cool about local
yeah,
family-owned businesses is
definitely.
you start off really small, just you, your brother in a truck, and you're going, and now it's a bigger space, and now it's actually buying your own building, and
Correct.
the business continues to grow and get bigger. So like replacing of a unit, so people get really shocked with replacing of the unit, myself included. So when I wanted to replace our unit here in our building, obviously I called you guys. You guys were price wise the best, and you guys really broke down, I think, what needed to be done
Right.
because everybody else that gives you an estimate just says, it's $6,000 or $7,000 to replace your AC, and that's a number. You can
Right.
break it down to, this is what the crane's going to cost. This is for the sheet metal work. This is for, and a lot of us don't know. If I'm not in your business, I don't know.
Correct. Which is part of why other companies or other people in the industry just do that. They give you a flat rate. They don't tell you what's involved because they know that you don't know, right? So they use the fact that you don't know, because plumbing or even electrical, you might be able to understand a little bit about how it works. You know where your breakers are. You know where your plumbing is. You know where your valve to shut off the water in your house is. You know underneath your sink there's a P trap. So there's stuff that you know. So it's kind of difficult for a plumbing or electrical company to kind of abuse of the fact that you don't know, right? But an air conditioning company, that's much easier because most people don't know how an air conditioner works. They don't understand what a part costs. They just see this big thing, it cools their house, and if they're giving a big price in the middle of summer, they're probably going to pay it because they don't know what's going on. They just want to have that comfort and that cooling. So we do find that it's the way that we operate. We operate fully honest, and that's how we haven't advertised in 12 years. We operate fully. I tell you what it costs, and I tell you what I'm paying. I tell you, what each individual component costs. And if you tell me, hey, you know what, I don't want this, I don't want that, I'm like, okay, that's fine, no worries. I'll give you what it is that you need. But we're very transparent in what we offer. We're hoping to bring, which is one of the things that I think that we've been very successful in the commercial sector, is we're hoping to bring in kind of that honesty and trust back into the air conditioning industry. Because a lot of people, whenever they have an air conditioner guy come out, they're thinking, oh, this guy's going to screw me over. He's trying to sell me a unit. He's just looking to sell instead of repair, which is true from some of the companies in the industry that do send you salesmen instead of actual techs. We don't operate in that way. We're hoping to kind of build that trust again, hoping that when you call us out, you'll know that we're just going to tell you whether it's a small part, just a small wire, or a whole unit that you need. We'll tell you exactly what it is that you need at a very fair price. We're not here to, I always tell everyone, we're not here to get rich quick. That's not the business model that we have. We have the make customers model and the stay here for the long run model. That's how we run our business.
Yeah, and one of the things, and I'm going to say this because I think this is really important. When you guys came out and gave me an estimate, you gave me an estimate on a unit, the size of the unit and the brand.
Correct.
You went to order it, it wasn't available.
Correct.
So you just got the next best brand.
Correct.
And upgraded me and just said, hey, sorry, it wasn't available, but this is what we had to do. We're good. You didn't turn around and say, hey, you know what, the brand's changed, so now you got to pay me an extra $500,
right,
or an extra $300 or whatever the difference was. You said, hey, look, you honor your prices. So that's a testimony to how you guys do business and how transparent you are. You're not trying to gouge everybody and say, hey, what I quoted you was not available, so since I can't get it, it's your problem.
Right. We take a lot of responsibility on our customer. So, for example, if like in your case, especially with COVID right now, a lot of material is very low supply. So a lot of the factories were put on hold. A lot of the shipping companies were put on hold. So there's actually very low supply in air conditioning parts now. But it's not your fault, right? That's why should you pay for that when you hired a professional company to come out and give you a quote, and then you approve that quote, and because that certain equipment was not available, that's not on you. That's on me and my supplier, right? And that's how kind of we handle it. For example, if we get we replace the system and there's a problem and then we have to deal with a warranty, we go ahead and fix it for you. We just go out and we take care of it, and then we deal with the warranty ourselves with the manufacturer. Now, sometimes, to be honest, they take long. They'll take 3 months to pay us. They'll discuss it, they'll fight it, they'll research it, but we don't care because what matters most is our customer being happy. Even if we lose money, to us, like I said, our focus is not getting rich quick. Of course, we still run a business. Of course, we still have overhead. Of course, we still have to make profit. But at the end of the day, if I have to lose money to keep a customer, I will. That to me is something that keeping that customer satisfied and trusting that they're being taken care of is more important than the bottom line.
Yeah, and I noticed that. And your guys are the same way. The guys you bring out. So I remember when they were installing ours, there was and I pointed to the roof because it's on the roof. So,
Right.
But when your guy was out here, he came down. He said, "Look, there's an electrical part. I forgot what it was, and I'm not in the business, so it really wasn't irrelevant at that point. But he said we should replace it because you're going to have a problem down the line if you don't replace it.
Correct.
So it's your choice. Do you want to replace it now, or do you want to wait?
Right.
He gave me the option. Do I want to spend the extra money to fix it now?
Correct.
But he told me he was aware. He didn't just say, "Hey, let's just put it in and get out of here," and then me have to call you in a month or two because there's a problem.
Correct.
He gave me the option. Hey, look, this is what it's going to cost. Do you want to get it replaced? I said yes. He said, okay, I'm going to run and get it. He grabbed what he needed, came back, and we're good.
Right.
So it's all that professionalism and building a solid client base at what you guys are specializing in. So you have repeat business and you have people keep calling you and they know that, hey, if I call Mike and I call 75 degrees, everything's going to be good. When they leave here, I know that the job is correct. And I know that the first time you guys serviced the old unit I had, you guys even took pictures
Right.
and
Correct.
brought it down and said from the roof, said, look, this is what we replaced. This is what now it looks like now. So
Yeah.
it's amazing how honest you guys are with that.
That falls like even from Moses to me down to our guys. That's just like our whole focus is that honesty and that integrity. Just being like here, you can't see, but in my office have like integrity and honesty. Me and Moses are very big on that. It's our biggest goal when we approach air conditioning. For us, it's just I don't know. It's bringing that back to the industry, and that's what we're going with. And that's what's been working well for us so far. We make sure that we tell our guys because there's certain practices, and one of the difficult parts where I'm going with this is actually finding good people, good workers, good employees that actually have that same standard that you do, right? Because when they're out there, when they're out there doing their work, they're out there on their own. For the guys that went out to do your work, I wasn't directly supervising them. I wasn't directly instructing them. They were taking those actions themselves because they were already trained by us, right? They already know how they should approach a call. They already know how they should approach asking to the customer, dealing with the customer. But sometimes you'll hire people that have bad practices, incorrect practices from other companies that they'll go and they'll try to sell you that unit. They'll try and take shortcuts, and we tell them no. It's difficult for us to retrain them to then make sure that they don't have those bad practices anymore. It's been very difficult finding those good people, but the good thing is that we've found now a few solid guys that they understand our model, they understand where we're coming from, and that's really made us very secure and happy to say, I'll send you someone out. I have no problem because I know the guy that I'm sending you is a very solid guy.
Yeah, no, that's true, and that's a culture that you build from the top
Correct.
down.
Correct.
Everybody has that same. You have to have that same culture and try to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
And that's the difficult part. I
It is.
build my team here is the same
Right.
problem. It's
Right.
how do we get people that fit the culture, that understand that it's not about getting a deal done or getting paid. It's about making sure that the client is happy, so the client continues to call you or refer people to you. And sometimes you operate at a different level of profit to make that happen.
Correct.
But that's the goal: is how can we be of service and contribution to our community, help, and then on the flip side, if you do the right thing, you're going to get the right thing back.
Correct. Exactly. And that's what we hope for. We're me and Moses grew up very, very, very religious. We have that background. We don't currently participate actively, but we did grow up with that kind of foundation. So for us, we remember people when our parents came from Mexico. They were working minimum wage jobs, trying to make it work, and they were having a lot of difficult times. There were people that came and helped us, people that came in and gave us food and gave us toys. We have no idea where those people came from. We have no idea who brought them, who told them about us, but they helped us for a while when our parents were struggling. So now me and Moses had the same kind of on our business cards. We our motto is we're the company that gives back. So we when even I mean we're not the biggest company. We're not rolling in it, but we have enough that we can give back to our community. During this whole COVID thing, we actually got an agreement, and we actively still do this every Friday morning. At 8 a.m. we go to an Albertsons. I think it's in Henderson, and we deliver food over to a church. This is now, even during the summer, we still continue it, even though sometimes I'm like, man, I can use that guy to go do a service call right now. For us, it's still very important for us to continue that delivering of the food, and because there's people that are in need, and because we have the availability, we have the vehicles. Albertsons provides the food. We're partnering up with Hero School, which they're the people that help homeless. They're the ones that made the connection for us, and we just provide the vehicles. We provide the guys. They go pick up the food, take it to the church, and we've always had some. This is a program that we started maybe about 6 months ago, but we always had some types of programs like that, just because we're always looking to give back, to help the community. because we feel that people helped us when we were in need, and now if we have something to give back, we will, and that's how we operate.
That's awesome, and it's awesome the way you talk about it because you say we just have the trucks and we just have, but
Correct.
you're paying for the people, you're paying for the trucks, you're paying for the insurance on the trucks.
Right.
So you're still spending money. It's not
Correct.
just
Correct.
the trucks and
Correct.
just the people. It's
Correct.
still costing you, which is fine because that's your way of giving back. And I love that. And I love associating myself with this with like-minded people that want to give back to the community. We constantly are finding ways to give back and donate and help people and help the local businesses that do the same thing, that are community minded. But I think
Correct.
that's what everybody needs, especially now with everything going on. I think everybody needs to tighten up as a community and say, hey, we're all here for each other.
No, certainly, and we've been extremely fortunate. We did not have to close our doors. We did not have to, lay anybody off. We still kept busy. We still, yes, there was times that things were a little bit slow, but we had the guys work in the office. We're like, hey, if you don't mind, sweep the floors. I'll pay you. I'll pay you for the week if you want. So we were very fortunate on that end, and we've been able to keep in business and rolling. That's why we think that it is our responsibility to just find ways to give back and find ways to just give back that fortune that we have, spread it out and make sure everyone else gets to benefit from it.
Mike, thank you very much for being on. I'm going to put all of your information on the bottom of this video so everybody knows how to get a hold of you. And thank you again for helping the community, doing what you can for everybody, and being the good guys you guys are.
No, and thank you for doing this with us. And we know that we're very in sync and have the same mentality. So I know that you run your business the same way. So I appreciate you doing this for us. I appreciate you giving us this exposure.
All right, buddy. Have a great week.
All right. Thank you.